In his essay History, a Retro Scenario, Baudrillard explores how history has lost its real connection to the world and has now become just another set of images used in media, especially in cinema. He starts by describing how, in earlier times, myth was used in cinema to escape the harshness of real history, particularly during the World Wars and Cold War. But now it is history itself that appears in films, not to help people understand the past, but to entertain them. This makes history feel like a kind of myth, something no longer lived but replayed as a show. People watch historical films not because they believe in history, but because they miss the feeling of importance and drama that used to come with it. He argues that our society has become so controlled and peaceful on the surface that it has neutralized the real stakes of history, like revolution, death, and transformation. In this emptiness, people turn to past events like war and fascism, not because they believe in them, but because they feel something was real back then. This leads to a kind of historical nostalgia where everything is mixed together: World War II, revolutions, old fashions, without caring about their real meanings. Instead of learning from history, people are just consuming it as entertainment. Films about fascism, for example, are not warnings but stylish representations that attract people precisely because they are from a time when things seemed more dramatic. He explains this using Freud's idea of fetishism. Just as a child might hold on to one last image to avoid the shock of realizing a painful truth, society clings to recent history, especially the time around World War II, as a way to avoid facing the loss of real meaning. In today's world, fascism, war, and even revolution are shown in films over and over, not because they are turning, but because they are now safe to look at. These events have been turned into aesthetic experiences, stripped of danger and presented in beautiful or emotionally intense ways. History now survives only through simulation. Cinema gives the illusion of bringing the past to life, but it is actually producing a version of history that has no connection to lived experience. The result is not awareness or understanding, but cold, distant fascination. Films today are not historical in any real sense. They are like perfectly preserved objects in a museum, frozen and lifeless. They give us the appearance of history without the substance. Baudrillard warns that our obsession with making the past feel real again only shows how far we have moved from it. History becomes another form of simulation, part of the hyper-real world where science and images replace real events. We do not engage with history as something active or meaningful. Instead, we revisit it like an old movie, comforting but empty, fascinating but detached from truth.